So hi guys, my name is Emily. Hello everyone. So excited to be back with you guys. This workshop is about friendship. All right, aw, you love your best friend. Shh. I love my best friend. So my best friend Megan and I, we were in high school together. In high school, I was like super nerd status. How many musical theater nerds do we have in here? Yes, thank you. I was a huge musical theater nerd. Jazz hands, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All that kind of musical theater and stuff. I feel you guys. Megan, she was the popular athlete. Okay, so everyone loved Megan, and for the first 2 years of high school, I thought, oh my gosh, like I could never talk to her because I'm such a nerd, and she's so cool, and everyone knows her, and she plays like 5 sports, and she's like the star of every team. But junior year, Megan broke her leg playing some sport that she does, and there was this day where they were giving out free frozen yogurt in the gym. So I finally got up the courage to say, hey, can I help you get up to the gym to get some frozen yogurt? Because she was on crutches. We went up to get frozen yogurt, and we've been best friends for 10 years since. Aw, so great. We've had many fun times together. Megan has a lot of great qualities. When she feels extreme emotion, she gets a bloody nose. Whether she's I told you the weird stories about me as a kid last night. It's only appropriate that I would grow up and have strange friends because I'm kind of strange like that. She's laughing, gets a bloody nose. Crying, sad, she gets a bloody nose. Very weird. All kinds of crazy things about her, but what I love most about her is that we share the same kind of heart. That she knows me for me and appreciates me for me, and that I know that I can be myself around her. So I want you guys to think in your head about your best friend. Think about your best friend. Maybe you don't have one, maybe you have a couple, maybe you have a couple of good friends. Think about your best friend. And I want you to think about your favorite memory with your best friend. Yeah, I see people laughing already, covering their heads, being like, oh yeah, that one time. I remember that. Those are times you can only experience with a best friend in friendship. So the great thing about friends is that you and I were born to be in relationship with other people. We were made by God, and God is part of the Trinity. And what is the Trinity inherently? The Trinity is relationship. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So we were designed to be in a relationship with other people, to desire that, to share in life's joys, life's trials, life's sorrows with the people around us, with people who share things in common with us. You probably have met friends and had friends because you like the same music. You like doing the same activities. You play the same sports. What kind of things have you found in common, and why do you have the friends that you have? So friendships are incredible gifts in our lives. Obviously, you think about your friends and you think, man, I'm really blessed to have Megan in my life. But the thing about relationships, we're talking about the theme of limitless. And our friendships can either limit us in our lives or make us become more fully who we were meant to be, who we were created to be. Relationships can limit us or make us come alive. And as human beings, we desire, like I said, a life of relationship, but a life of encountering other people. We desire a life of conversation, of people listening to how we are. How many of you guys just want to sit down with someone and someone say, how are you really? We desire someone to ask us that, not say, how are you, and not even listen to what our response is. We want someone to sit with us at coffee and say, Jessica, what's really going on in your life? We desire that. But I think the problem with our world is that we are putting barricades between us and other people. We are making human relationships, human encounter, human interaction impossible because of our dependence, our sheer dependence, our sheer obsession, and our sheer addiction to technology. Putting something in between face-to-face conversation, face-to-face encounter, and interaction. John Paul, will you go ahead and roll the video?
I saw him pull out of the parking lot and turn right, and the box was still stuck under his car. So who knows how long he was driving with that box under his car. I bet he got home, he pulled into his driveway.
Cloud in the sky. I'm not. Wow. You're like, if you, it's not.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real.
I see the lineup for car. Getting wasted. The Empire State Building is like really close to it, so it's a good.
So we look at that video, and that's like some real talk right there. You know, you guys just got entertained for a while. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to talk to you seriously about what's really going on in our lives, and that's definitely what's going on in our lives, right? How many of y'all think that that kind of looks like what all of our lives look like? Like that's what life has come to be. And that's a scary place because this technology, this obsession that we have, it makes us numb to our desire for relationships. It makes us numb to our desire to sit down and talk with people. It makes us numb to that desire to have real friendships because we have all these people online and we're like, those are my friends. When really, if you met them in person, it would be that really awkward thing like, oh my gosh, like I know we're friends on Facebook, but it would be totally awkward if I said hi to her right now. Right? Hello? We've become numb and we've desensitized ourselves to that desire. So we have to look at that, the way technology is putting a barricade of us and our friendships. Another thing that comes between us being more fully who we're supposed to be in friendships is hurt and betrayal. How many of y'all have ever been betrayed by a friend before? Lots of hands, right? Betrayal is a really, really hard thing because friendship, when offered, is a gift. When you try to be friends with someone, you're putting yourself out there. And I did that in college. My freshman year of college, I went to Arizona State University. Woohoo. And, I didn't have that good of a time. So I went to Arizona State University, and I was really, I had come from my youth group and Steubenville conferences and all those kinds of things, and I wanted to live a life that I knew was good for me. We talked about that this morning in the women's session, choosing good for myself. I wanted to do that because I knew that would make me happy. So I didn't go to parties. I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing any of those things. And one of my friends in November, he sat me down and he said, Emily, we need to talk. And I said, okay. And he said, I want you to know that these friends that you think are your friends, every time you leave the room, they're talking bad about you. They're making fun of you. They're calling you names. Then listed all these names that I could never repeat at a Catholic conference. They're calling you names. They're making fun of you. And for me, as an 18-year-old girl who had offered myself as a friend, who had tried to be there for them, that was a huge rejection. It's really, really hard to be rejected like that. And that's followed me a lot of my life, that rejection. I get nervous to make friends because I'm afraid, of being called those names again, of what people are going to think of me. And I've had to step outside of that. And remember my desire for a relationship, and remember that not everyone's going to hurt me like that, because a lot of you have been betrayed by a friend, but not everyone's going to be like that. So we become numb, and we become hurt in a lot of different ways. And that keeps us from the fullness that friendship was created to be. So I want to read you guys a Bible verse from Sirach, chapter 6, verse 5 to 17. It's a little bit long, but I really want you to listen to it because it talks about friendship and what it's supposed to be like when we look at friendships. A kind mouth multiplies friends, and gracious lips prompt friendly greetings. Let your acquaintances be many, but one in 1,000 your confidant. When you gain a friend, first test him, and be not too ready to trust him. For one sort of friend is a friend when it suits him, but he will not be with you in time of distress. Another is a friend who becomes an enemy, we all know about that, and tells of the quarrel to your shame. Another is a friend, a boon companion who will not be with you when sorrow comes. When things go well, he is your other self and lords it over you. But if you are brought low, he turns against you. Keep away from your enemies. Be on your guard with your friends. A faithful friend is a sturdy shelter. He who finds one finds a treasure. A faithful friend is beyond price. No sum can balance his worth. And in this verse, it talks about all different kinds of levels of friendship. And I'm sure you guys have seen that in your own life. You guys know the surface friendships, like people that you see at school, your acquaintances, maybe people on your sports teams, people that you can kind of connect with you can have a conversation with, those surface level friendships. And then you grow deeper, the people who know more about your heart, know more about who you are, and then after that, people who you consider your best friends, who you know and you can trust. Your best friends. But I want to talk to you guys about being the faithful friend. Raise your hands. How many of you guys think that you are a faithful friend? That you are loyal? Good. I like that show of hands. That you are loyal. That you stick by your friends. In the verse, it talks about friends who we call fair weather friends, who are friends only until hardship, only until struggle comes, and then they're gone. Fair weather friends. So being the faithful friend, the thing is, you and I both get to choose what kind of friend we're going to be when it really comes down to it. We get to choose what kind of friend we're going to be. And a good friend does not use people. I'm sure a lot of you in this room have been used by friends. A good friend is inclusive, and they stand by their friends when they have disagreements and try and work through them. A good friend recognizes that friendship is a two-way street. I'm sure some of you in this room had friends who were your friends because they just wanted to take from you, right? Some people think that friendship is a one-way street, that it's either give, 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 or take, take, take. But friendship is designed to be a mutual thing. I give, you take, you give, I take. It's a mutual thing. But most importantly, a faithful friend leads their friends to good things. And I ask each and every single one of you in this room right now, are you the friend who leads your friend to good things? Or are you the friend who pressures, who pushes, who tries to get other people to do what they're doing so they feel better about what they're doing? Real talk, are you the friend who uses people for your own gain? What kind of friend are you? You can be the friend who leads people to bad things or to good things. And the thing about friendships is that they're designed to be Christ-centered. They're designed to be Christ-centered. And as followers of Christ, we're called to lead people to Christ. That's what faithful friends do. How many of you guys have been to a Steubenville conference before? Raise your hands again. Awesome. So you've had an encounter with the living God. And when we encounter the living God, whether that's at a Steubenville conference, at a mass at our own parish, through our youth ministry, we are called to tell other people about that. To tell our friends, I encountered the living God. And I want you to know about the God that I've encountered. And that sounds kind of crazy, and that's probably not the language you would use. A first start to telling your friends about God is not being embarrassed to tell them that you went to Mass on Sunday. Right? Step 1. Step 2, inviting them to come to Mass with you. And that might be crazy, but Christ calls us to crazy things. Being a disciple of God involves crazy things that make us uncomfortable. You know, Peter wasn't that comfortable getting out of the boat and walking on the water, but Christ asked him to do it anyway. So that means sharing your faith. Being a faithful friend means sharing your faith. And not being afraid to choose good things, because I found in my life that being free to choose good things allows other people to see you and think, wow, he or she is so comfortable doing what he wants to do and being who she wants to be and being unashamed about her faith or about choosing good things. Maybe I can do that too. Being yourself, and in doing so, giving other people the freedom to do the same exact thing. Now I want to talk to you about choosing faithful friends. So being the faithful friend and choosing the faithful friend. Now I want you guys to really, really think about this. I want to challenge you guys. How many of you have friends in your life, you don't have to raise your hand, friends in your life who are not leading you to good things? How many of you have friends who pressure you, who push you, who try to lead you astray? If you haven't encountered those people in your life, you will. And it's a challenging place to be. But when we look at choosing our friends, we have to choose, like I said, being the faithful friend is about leading people to good things. Choosing faithful friends is about choosing people who lead us to good things. And the same stands true for your dating relationship. I know we had the two couples up here this morning. Sorry, guys, I encourage the young ladies to just be themselves in high school and enjoy their life and become who they are. But in dating relationships, I talk about ones that are leading you to good things and leading you to bad things. And so many times after conferences, young people will ask me, how do I know if my relationship is good for me or not? And I look them right in the eyes and I say, you know. You know if your relationship is good for you or not. You know it deep down in your bones. And I know some of you in this room, your stomach has just dropped because you know it's not good and you know you need to do something about it. And that's the reality of the free will that we get in choosing our friends and in our relationship. A good relationship will not lead you astray. A good relationship will not put you in line for confession. A good relationship leads you to virtue, to holiness, and to God. And we each get to choose. We each get the choice. So I want you to firstly, I'm going to ask you to think about 2 different friends in your life. And then you're going to share this with other people. Okay? So first, I want you to think about what friend comes to mind when I talk about picking a friend who leads you to good things. I see some people pointing at their friend sitting next to them. I like that. I like that. What friend in your life, think about it, leads you to good things? You guys can go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to think about that friend and think about the specific ways that they lead you to good things. Specific ways that they challenge you or cause you to be the best version of yourself you can be. Think about those things and think about how you want to grow that friendship in your life. Okay, did you think of someone? Yes? Yes, no? Are we sleeping? Okay. Maybe I'll bring out my ukulele, sing some songs. Yeah, right? The second friend I'm going to challenge you to think about. And it's challenging. This is real talk. I'm not here to offer you guys cotton candy and all this fluff. This is like real stuff. Because this is important. Because your friends play a huge part in determining the life path that you take. I want you to think about a friend or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, who is not leading you to good things. I want you to close your eyes again. And I want you to think about this friendship and how it is leading you astray. You might not have this friendship in your life. That is okay. Close your eyes and think, is there someone in my life who is limiting me from being the best version of myself? Do I feel pressured by my friends or do I feel uplifted by them? I want you to consider, I want to challenge you to think about this friend and think about maybe with what you've learned so far this weekend about maybe letting that friendship or relationship go. You can open your eyes. Because none of us in our life need people who lead us astray. None of us need a girlfriend or boyfriend who pushes us, makes us feel uncomfortable, makes us feel used, any of those things. We don't need that. I invite you to look at that relationship and I challenge you to look deeply and consider letting it go.